Hello.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Ray.
Hey,
Hello.
how are ya?
I'm doing good. How are you guys tonight?
Doing
Okay.
wonderfully, thank you.
And this is?
My name's Debbie.
Oh, Debbie, hello.
Welcome to the show.
How are you guys?
Good.
Doing wonderfully.
Well, I just wanted to know two things, actually, and I hope it
Okay.
doesn't take forever. But I wanted to know when we were going to move and then about my relationship.
Well, I see the best energy for moving will be after the middle of the year, like September, maybe October.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
thinking.
We are currently in a Mercury retrograde through March 3rd, so don't do anything soon. Take the time
Okay.
and plan, Relationship energy is a
Yeah,
little
Mercury
scattered.
till February 3rd.
Till February 3rd. Did not say
I think
that?
you said March.
February 3rd is Mercury retrograde ends.
Okay.
Give yourself a few days around that either way, and you'll be safer. It's also, for everybody that's listening, it's also not a good time to buy electronics equipment or sign long-term agreements. Just give yourself a little patience and wait until, February 4th or 5th, the 6th maybe, before you make any significant changes. During a Mercury retrograde, certain things are disrupted. Communication is disrupted. For example, you might say to a friend, I'll meet you tomorrow for lunch at noon. So you show up at noon and they come slaundering in, very slowly at 12:30. Say, what happened? You said I'll meet you at 12:30. I said, no, I said 12 noon. And that happens all the time. As far as relationship energy, though, I don't get a heavy line on that. I would say I would be cautious about relationship commitments. Like if you asked me if I would recommend that you move in with somebody, I would say I wouldn't do that now. I just get a feeling that the relationship that you are in or pursuing is one where you haven't had an opportunity to have the person prove themselves to you. We sometimes we get infatuated so much that we overlook the problems and the obstacles. And I just say, take your time. You got, if this is the right one, you'll have it forever. I do believe in soulmates, and I do believe that committed relationships can be very pleasant and wonderful. And make sure in your heart of hearts that you know where your mind is at, and you know that there's no one else that you want in this universe.
And agreed with that. That, a lot of times it's those old little block games, where there's a circle and a square, and we try to fit the square in the circle, and it doesn't work. But so many people do that with relationships, where we try to make it work, even though we may not, even though it's not working, we try to make it work. And there's so many people out there, and I think our fear kind of holds us back from thinking that we're going to find another person to fit that, to fill that space, but you will. And make sure they make your heart sing. Don't settle. Yeah.
That's what I don't want to do. I have two relationships going on here at the same time, and
that's dangerous.
And I just don't know anymore. I just don't.
Well, I would say that, as my mom said, it takes two to tango, and that means that each person has to love you as much as you love them. And if they don't, it won't work for long. But I would caution you on multiple relationships, because I look at relationships like mixing paint. You take blue paint, it's very beautiful. Put a little white in it, you have light blue, it's still beautiful. But if you take blue paint and put white in and then red in it, boy, it's an ugly color. And so you want to keep your energy, separate, so that you have the balance of, beauty in your relationship, and so that you have a positive outcome. at the end of it. But I would say they're showing me actually around Thanksgiving as a time where you're going to be in a relationship that you'll say, this is the one, and be willing to make a commitment.
Great. Great. Then I can get rid of both of these other ones and finally find peace.
Well, sometimes you have to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, sometimes the darkest things that ever happened to me, you want to cry out, oh God, why me? And it's a reward. Right. It's the best thing that ever happened to you. And it's opening the doorway and giving you a little kick in the seat of the pants to move on to something better for the rest of your life. So.
Yeah, and I have to just say to that, you have to close one door before the other doors open, and allow yourself to, if these two relationships aren't the one, and they're not making your heart sing, then close those doors, and a new door will open.
Right. Okay.
And you're not going to have to do anything special to make it come to pass. It's going to be part of your destiny.
Well, awesome.
Okay?
Awesome.
If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call back, okay? Thanks for calling, Debbie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, you too can get a reading if you want to give us a call.